clear rule which says that potential doping cases shall not be public, and these warnings are at a level below that. In fact, one shall have 3 warnings before we are dealing with a potential doping case. Therefore, we shall of course not make the warnings public. However, prior to the Tour de France in 2007, UCI made public that there were 6 or 7 riders they watched particularly because they trained at remote places in an anonymous outfit. So they were difficult to find for out-of-competition testing. This group of riders were labeled men in black. A Danish journalist was interested in knowing if Rasmussen was one of those. So he grabbed the phone and called UCI's Anne Gribber, who informed him, "We know that he has been in Mexico in a period." With this remark to the press, the head of the UCI's anti-doping commission at that time clearly violated her duty of secrecy and contributed directly to building the pressure on Rasmussen. UCI also contributed indirectly to the pressure by issuing him a recorded warning less than a week before the tour, reminding him about recent warnings. This letter caused a crisis meeting in the Rabobank team management. The outcome of this meeting was that the then leading sports director, Theo de Roy, sports director of Rabobank, issued Rasmussen a fine of 10,000 euros, despite the fact stated in the Vogelsang report, which was produced after his expulsion. But the team management and the riders had a mutual understanding that 2 recorded warnings were no problem whatsoever. De Roy explained the fine with the serious wording of the letter. Niels Christian Jung, the journalist who was leading the campaign against Rasmussen, informed me in an interview that I met with him that he had had the warning letter read to him by a source he of course could not reveal, and that the fine was the final thing that alerted him to that something was wrong. One of the journalists who were present at that time during Tour de France has written a book called Bad Blood, and he explains in that book how the case was understood in the press at that time. The Danish tabloids kept up the pursuit. They claimed that Rasmussen had missed up to 4 out-of-competition tests under the jurisdiction of both DCU and UCI. This is just one example of rife misinformation that circulated at that time. Now I will turn to the facts of the warnings. The correct procedure is that the athletes first receives a written warning which draws attention to a potential whereabouts violation, a filing failure or a missed test. The athlete then has 10 days from the reception of the written warning to provide an explanation. After evaluation of the explanation, the written warning is either cancelled or recorded. 3 recorded warnings in a rolling period of 18 months amount to an anti-doping rule violation, and disciplinary proceedings will follow. Rasmussen's first warning, however, came from the UCI on the 24th of March 2006, straight as a recorded warning. In December, he had received whereabouts forms for the year 2006, 4 athletes' locations form for 4 quarters. He filled in the first quarter, January, February and March, and put the 3 other forms aside. So UCI had information about his whereabouts until the 31st of March. He should have, however, have submitted for the next 3 months by March the 15th. He did not receive a reminder, but a straight recorded warning 5 days before the whereabouts information he had provided expired. He responded to this warning immediately, as if it was a written warning, and sent the required whereabouts information for April, June and July. He never received an answer to this response. He called the office and was informed by a female secretary that the person he should talk to was in Canada. After this, the matter was not taken up again by the UCI. The recorded warning stayed in his files. UCI admitted to the Vogelsang Commission that this warning was a mistake. He should only have received a written warning. Moreover, 5 of his teammates had also forgotten to submit their whereabouts for April, June and July. None of them received a warning for their forgetfulness.